Hey y'all, how y'all doing? How's it going? How's everybody? Today we're going to be talking about building your buyers list. So if you have not gotten your free buyers list guide, I'm going to need you to go get that. Grab that. You can put the link. The link is in my bio, and I'll drop the link on Facebook in just a second. But yeah. So today we're going to be talking about building a buyers list. And I want everybody to be prepared. So, with that being said, let's see what we got here. There we go. First, I gotta change my settings because Facebook just do what they want to do and don't and doesn't they don't allow me to be great on Facebook no more. So, what we're doing today is we are talking about how to build a profitable buyers list because some of y'all still don't know how to do that. And that's fine. Some of you are new to me. You may not have done this in the past, so we're going to do it again now. And one more time for the people in the back. Today, we're talking about building a buyers list. I need everybody to grab your pens, grab your papers, or whatever it is that you use to take notes because we are getting started. Because I do not have a lot of time today. That's one thing I can honestly say. I do not have a whole crap ton of time. So I have to get myself out here and ready. So if you're ready, say ready. If you're not ready, pretend you're ready because we're getting ready to get started. Now, what I've been doing lately, and a lot of people ask, oh, you don't go on as much as you used to. I don't. And I'm being real honest about it. And it's not for any particular reason. It's just that I don't have a whole lot of time. So when I don't have a whole lot of time, I can't be I can't sit down and be in front of a camera when I don't have a whole lot of time. If that makes sense. And I know y'all be like, make it make sense. Sis. What you doing? What you doing? Well, I'm in the process. I've been fighting a long, long battle with um the battle was just mine alone to finish, but it started out with some partnerships. It started this to give you an idea how long I've been fighting this battle, and I finally got it done. But I need to get more in front of this. So I've been dealing with this mess for about 5 years. Yep, 5 whole years. And once it's completely done and out the way, I'll tell you all about it. Okay. But now, right now, grab your pens, grab your papers. We are not going to be doing any math today. No math today. But we are going to be building a buyer's list. So I need you guys to get yourselves ready to learn how to build a profitable buyer's list. And then I'm going to tell you what you should be doing with this buyer's list once you're done. Okay? So once you have accumulated a quality buyer's list, and I'm gonna be honest with you, you don't need a whole lot of people on this buyer's list. Okay? I want y'all to understand you do not need a whole lot of people on this buyer's list. You can have five. As long as you have five quality buyers, what difference will it make? I mean, and I'm saying it with my whole chest. What difference will it make at that point? As long as you have five quality buyers, you should never have to worry about a it should never work you should never have to worry the about how many buyers you have as long as you have quality buyers. And I'm going to show you today what you need to do with that and how we get from A to B, or I should say from 0 to 100K, just based on a quality buyers list. And see, that's the problem that a lot of people have is they don't understand what we mean by quality. Okay? So, with that being said, everybody ready? If you have any questions while I'm going through this process, I want you guys to make sure you're taking notes. Ask a question. I'm going to do a quick Q&A at the end. I'm not going to be on here a whole long time today because, like I said, I have a lot of stuff going on. and I'm working. That's all I can say. I am working, and I'm working big time. Like I'm working like I've never worked before, honestly. To be honest with y'all, okay. So now, here's what we're gonna do. First things first. Why do I start with a buyer's list? I start with my buyer's list because it is the quickest way for you to close a deal. Think about it this way. A lot of wholesale coaches, the people who've been wholesaling forever, I was even taught this way. I was taught to, when I first learned how to wholesale real estate, I was taught and I was told on multiple occasions by multiple people that I am supposed to start with finding a property. They say, find a property, find a distressed property. This is what they tell you. Find a distressed property, contact the owners, see if they want to sell it, and then market it and find a buyer. And then what happened is I was getting all these properties under contract and nobody was buying them. Like I had amazing properties that I thought were amazing properties. They were good, but guess what? People weren't buying in that area. People weren't buying in because the one property I'm thinking of right now, nobody was buying really on the west side of Buffalo at the time that I was doing this. And the people and where and it depends on what part of the neighborhood that people are actually buying in. So that's where you have to go with that as well. So we didn't have any we didn't have a what's it called? I wasn't getting a lot of property sold that way. So then I said, so what can I do? I said, you know what? Supply and demand. And I'm not saying you need a college degree because that's basic knowledge, supply and demand. That's rule number one in economics, supply and demand. And I was like, okay, what's the demand? Then I'll supply it. So what I switched it and I said, you know what? Let me ask my buyers what they're looking for. And I went to my buyers. I sent an email to some that I had emails to. I sent a text message to some that were actually buying all the time. And they told me what they wanted. So once they told me what they wanted, I went in and started searching for what it was that they wanted, what zip codes they wanted, what type of properties they wanted. Some of my buyers only want single family homes. Some of them don't want to do more than 20,000, 25, $30,000 worth of work. Some of them weren't buying on the west side. Some weren't buying on the east side. Some of them too afraid to go to South Buffalo. Some of them only wanted suburban areas. So you have to get and figure out what it is that they want. So I was like, well, man, if I'm struggling like this, if I was struggling like this might be the reason. I wasn't supplying the demand. Okay, I'm gonna take it. Y'all know I'll keep it real. I'm gonna take it to the street, and everybody say book smart, street smart. You have people on the street. What's the supply? What's the demand? That's how, you know how they always say your pharmaceutical representatives would always make good businessmen. And I'm serious when I say that. They do. They make very good businessmen because you have to look and listen to the supply and the demand. What is it that the people want? So now your job is to supply that. But the first thing you need to make sure that your client, when you become the plug for for these properties, you have to make sure that you are actually, and I'm saying this with my whole entire chest, you have to make sure that you are actually giving the people what it is that they want. Okay? You have to make sure you're giving the people exactly what it is that they want. Now, so the first thing I did was I said, okay, where do I find my buyers? Where have I found the buyers that I currently have? And because you're going to have to refresh your buyers list every so often. You really are. So you have to be where your buyers are. What are you going to do? How do you find buyers? So then I started thinking, I found a lot of my buyers just by me going live, just by me live streaming. So I started live streaming more from the properties that I was doing. Well, then Facebook shut down my live streams. And I know y'all like, well, you on Facebook right now? Yeah, through an app. There's always a loophole, and your girl's gonna find it. Okay. So I started live streaming on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube, on TikTok. I don't do on LinkedIn. I don't do TikTok as much because I don't have time to be arguing with little knucklehead kids on TikTok who want to talk about how small your nose is or how big your chin is or how big my forehead is. Honey, I've been living with this forehead my whole life. I know it's big, but there's a brain in there. All right. So then people start hitting me up in Facebook Messenger. Okay. Zillow, PropStream, all of this good stuff. So then when we did that, we had then what we had was we had people. Now I got people coming from all over. So then they said, "Oh, you should go to these real estate investor meetings." So I started going to the investor meetings. So then I started getting at the investor meetings. Let me tell y'all a secret. Okay, if you're looking for people who have money, go on LinkedIn. That's the social media platform. You're going to find some people on Facebook that have money. You're going to find people on Instagram that have money. But what I learned early in my wholesaling business is real estate people have clicks. And I don't care what y'all say. Y'all try to say, "Oh, it's not clicky, it's not this, it's not that." No. And I'm going to tell you what the click is. The click is you and your team, and you keep the money circulating within your team. On your team, you have a contractor. Guess what? Everybody on the team uses the same contractor. Everybody on the team using the same real estate agent. Everybody on the team using the same attorney. Everybody on the team using the same people. So you know how this person works. You know how this person moves, and you keep going in there. So when I wholesale a house, and I am the wholesaler on a couple of my buyers' teams, when I'm also the real estate agent on a couple of my buyers' teams. So when I say, okay, look, I have this right here, I have this house over here. If person A doesn't want it, person B might want it. And I break my buyers list into A, B, and C. My A people, they buying all day, every day. Those are mostly my flippers. They're looking for properties to flip. My B people are mostly my landlords. C people are the people who are looking for off market properties. And I'm going to give you a perfect example because my nephew called me the other day and he said, "Auntie, I need a house for me, the wife, and the kids. I need a house." I'm like, "Okay, what you need?" He tells me what he wants, and now I got to go find it. We couldn't find what he was looking for on the market. And I'm being real honest, we're not going to find it. And then when we do find it, it's not going to be exactly what he wants. So he's either A, I got to find him a house off market, which I'm working on, or B, B, that's why I said A, B, my sign language days. B, I have to find him, he's going to have to build it. So I either got to find it off market or he's going to have to build. And that's fine. We're going to do it that way. However we figure this out, we're going to do it that way. Now, the thing is, you can find properties anywhere. You can find buyers. Wherever you can find a property, you can find a buyer. So lately, being honest, I've been having more luck on Craigslist than I have been on Facebook Marketplace or even Zillow. Now, last week I set up like 5 or 6 showings in Texas, and my team got to work. My Texas team got to work, and they started going and looking at the properties. Today, tonight, from after this live stream all the way until I decide to close my eyes tonight, I'll be running numbers, reviewing pictures, getting contractors together, and doing all kinds of stuff, and then making offers on these properties so that my Texas buyers can start moving in the direction that they want to move in for their projects. So you have to work around and work into that. Okay. Now, so you heard me just say Facebook Marketplace is another one. And another place you can do is right here in this phone. In my phone, I have over 25, almost 3,000 contacts. I will call my people. Hey, do you know anybody that's trying to buy or sell? Do you know anybody that's trying to sell that need to sell a house right now? I call the attorneys that I work with. Hey, do any of your clients need to sell a house right now? Because sometimes here's what happens, especially real estate attorneys. And let me tell you why. I don't just wholesale distressed properties. What you gonna make on a distressed property? 5, 10, 20. Okay. Guess what? On commercial property, I can make 50, 60, 100, 200. So I've been trying to focus more on my commercial side. On land, I have a bigger spread on land. So I've been doing some land as well. Now, people, you got to find out where your niche is, find out what it is that you need to do, how you need to do it, why you need to do it. So you got to figure all that out. Now, the first thing, like I said, when we go to RIA meetings, we go to RIA meetings and LinkedIn and some Facebook groups have people with money. They do. They have the people with money. And they're willing to purchase and they're looking to purchase and they want to purchase. But you don't even know what to say to these people or how to say it to the people. So I like to tell everybody every once in a while, like I have properties, so I don't have to do a ghost post now. But if you need a ghost post, you can say, hey, when you're purchasing, when you're looking for off market properties, what the people are looking for properties, where, who, what, where, when, why, and how. Who's looking, where they're looking, what they're looking for, how are they paying for it. So if you want cash buyers, hey, I'm currently getting a lot of off market properties. Cash buyers want it in Buffalo, New York, in Tampa, Florida, in Orlando, Florida, in Atlanta, Georgia, in Dallas, Texas, in Houston, Texas, in Arizona, wherever you are. So you want to say the who, you. You are what you're looking for. You got who you are and who are you looking for. I'm looking for cash buyers who are buying in. What's your market? Buffalo, New York, Tampa, Florida, Orlando, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Gary, Indiana, wherever your market is. Okay. And what do you have? Single family homes, duplexes, whatever it is. Then you let the people know. What are you looking for? My buyers list get cold, I'll go on Facebook and say, hey, I have some off market properties in Buffalo, New York. Okay. Cash buyers, what are you looking for in Buffalo? What are you looking for in Milwaukee? What are you looking for in Tampa? What are you looking for in Phoenix? What are you looking for in Nevada? Wherever you're looking, wherever market you're working in, that's what you have to do. All right. All right. No, y'all don't pay me no attention. And then I'll read you in order to reactivate my email list. I'll do the same thing. I will send out I will send out an email and I will say, hey, I'm looking for, what are you guys looking for right now? I know a lot of you are still buying and you haven't been able to purchase in the markets that you're looking for. What are you looking for? And I get responses back and they tell me what they're looking for. And I will then go and say, okay, you're looking for single family homes in Chicago, Illinois. Okay, well, I have a representative out in Chicago. Let me go and see what they're looking for. Oh, you're looking in Houston, Texas? I have boots on the ground in Houston, Texas. Let me see what's available in Houston, Texas. And I will go out there and provide the demand, supply the demand. Okay. And that's how you become the plug. Just so you know. Now, you need to get to know your buyer, know who you're working with. Okay. First of all, the first thing you need to do is your buyer working? Is the person you contact, are they part of a team? Are they buying individually? Are they buying in their business name? What are they buying? Now, if they're buying in their business name, you need to know the name of that business. You also need their articles of organization, and you need their EIN, and you need their operating agreement. So, a lot of y'all wholesalers don't understand. Investors buy in their business name. You need the business information because the attorneys are going to ask for that at closing. My So you might as well get it up front. Okay. I have packets and I call it a packet, but it's actually a folder. I have a folder in my cloud with all of my business clients and their contacts and everything else. And it's password protected and everything, all this other stuff. So I have people, I have complete packages set up in my computer so that if I'm on my phone, I can get to it. If I'm on a desktop, I can get to it. If I'm on my iPad, I can get to it. And I have everybody's articles of organization, everybody's EIN, everybody's operating agreement. So when they're asked for it, I don't have to call them to get it because Lord knows I have a client who loves to go travel internationally and won't be able to get me anything. She does it to me every single time. And every time we got a deal under contract, she's out of the country. She goes, "Oh, we have to close by this date because I'm leaving the country on this date." I'm like, "Okay, what am I supposed to do with that?" So, but I have all of her information in a folder. So if there's anything that we've been working together now for 4 years, so she trusts me with her information, and I keep it safe. Believe that. So that's what I'm saying. So you have to be that person. You need to know the buyer's name. You need to know the business name. You need to know their contact. You need a phone number. If they have WhatsApp, add them on WhatsApp. Yep. Add them on WhatsApp. Especially like I said, my girl, she go out of town. She leave the country all the time. And other countries' internet is not as stable or as strong as ours. So she may not have access to email. She may not have access to her text messages. She can't call me if she's over in where did she go last time? Nepal. She was in Nepal. I'm like, girl, stay home sometime. I need you to sign these closing documents. So, it's like you need to know what they are looking for. Are they looking for multifamily, single family, residential, commercial, storage facilities? What are your people looking for? Where do they want to purchase this at? I had a young lady inbox me the other day. She said, "Do you have any multifamilies?" I was like, "Yeah, but where do you want them?" She sent me her whole entire criteria list. Okay, so guess what I sent her today? The multifamily that I have available with all the criteria attached to it. So, what's the most money they're going to spend? Get the proof of funds. You hear what I said? Get the proof of funds. Are they paying cash? Are they financing? Verify the proof of funds. Listen, a lot of y'all gonna get hemmed up in these deals because your buyers gonna give y'all some fraudulent proof of funds. I had a guy give me a letter from his attorney who said, "Hey, I I have this. I have he. What did he say? He had $1 million. He had $1 million line of credit through the attorney. Excuse me." I called the attorney's office. I said, "Are you aware of this person?" They said, "Yes." I said, "Are you aware this person is forging letters using your company letterhead saying that you're holding $1 million line of credit for him?" She goes, "We don't do that." I said, "I know. I'm just letting you know he's doing it." And she politely fired him as a client. So, I mean, and you want to know how soon are they looking to close? Proof of funds, current holdings, how many properties do they own right now? Where are they? Can you get a list of them possibly? Things like that. Ask sometimes. You guys are so afraid of hearing the word no that you don't refuse to ask the questions that you need to ask in order for your business to be profitable. So you got to do that. Know what your buyer's preferred title company and attorney is. Who's the attorney that they use? So this is what you need. This is what we say. This is what I mean when I say you need to know everything about your buyers. Because you need to make sure it's just not another wholesaler. I had a wholesaler ruin a deal. I mean, I've had wholesalers ruin deals. I've had real estate agents ruin deals because they're not familiar how the process works. Make sure you're vetting who you work with. Whoever's on your team, you need to make sure. Another thing I'm going to tell you, and this has nothing to do with buyers, it has everything to do with working with wholesalers, other wholesalers, excuse me. And that is make sure, one, that you verify the proof of funds, and two, you rerun the numbers. Yeah, I said that. Rerun your numbers. Because if you don't rerun your numbers, you don't know if they're right or not. How do you know the numbers are right? I'm not trusting nobody no more. I've had so many people come to me and say, "Oh, this house, it'll sell for XYZ elemental P." I'm pretty sure it will. It's just not going to sell with me. Don't be afraid to walk away from a deal. If the numbers don't work, it don't work. You fall in love with the numbers, not the property. Not the property. Mm-mm. Fall in love with the numbers. All right, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, divas and dudes. But that's what I got for you guys today. I'm going to get ready to get up out of here because I got a lot of stuff that I have to do. And I have to measure some floors. That's what I need to really go do. I need to measure some floors throughout my whole house. And and when I say my house, it's a project that I'm working with. It's a project that I'm working on. I'm getting ready to renovate a house. So excited. I feel like I'm getting back to me. For those of you who don't understand that, it's been a long time since I felt like myself out here in these real estate streets. So, anywho, anyhow, remember what I tell you. You have to build a buyer's list. And the buyer's list needs to be strong. I have I sent an email to 91 buyers today because I have 3 properties available. So I sent one email with all the properties. They'll tell me if they want it or not. I'm not worried about that. And and they have this whole and they have a dynamic of what they're looking for, how they're looking for, whatever. So you can always go one step above, one step beyond, and make sure. But you don't need 91 people on a buyer's list. You can have 5, you could have 3. You could have start out with one good solid buyer. I can guarantee you, I can send that list out to my buyers. I sent it out to 91 buyers, and guess what? Probably only 5 will respond back because they haven't seen it yet. So don't 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 sweat the amount, sweat the quality. It doesn't. I don't care. And if they telling you, and if you got your buyer telling you they want a 2 bedroom, they want a duplex with 3 bedrooms and 1 bath in each unit, then that's what you look for. That's what you go find. You supply their demand, and you'll always make money. All right. All right. Remember what I always tell you guys, you can choose to be anything you want in this world. I just hope you choose to be kind. Because at some point in your life, somebody's been kind to you, and it's always good to pay kindness forward. It not only does it make you a good person, if we all did it, make the world a much better place. And I know for a fact we can use some kindness right now. Okay. Now, if this was your first time, don't let it be your last. And if you've been here before, always thank you for coming back. I appreciate it. Now, we are going to be talking about wholesaling this week. Now, another thing is too, if you have not done it yet, make sure you do. Make sure you download the free buyer's guide. I just went through the buyer's guide telling you how to use it. Now download it for free so you have it for reference when you're getting as you're building your buyer's list. Hi, Miss To Beloved, how are you? And that's where so that you have that. Now, another thing, starting April 14th through the 18th, I think, yeah, 18th, I am going to be doing a 5-day wholesaling rigmarole. Some people call it a challenge, a some people call it a challenge, some people call it a challenge, some people call it a workshop. I call it I'm going to be hosting a 5-day challenge for wholesaling. On day one, we're going to really, really focus on building your buyer's list. I'm going to give you steps, activities, and trainings that you need to do that day to get your buyer's list built. We're going to know where to find buyers, how to know how to work with buyers, how to know what you need to do to work with investors. We're going to talk about their numbers. Day two, we're going to find your deal, where to look, what to say, how to know if it fits your buyers or not. Their buy box, because you're going to hear a lot of terminology that's coming out over the next couple of weeks for buy box. This is day one of quarter two for 2025. We do not have time to waste. We don't have time to play. If you want to be a part of the 20 people that I helped to get to 6 figures, I suggest you get in now. This workshop that we're doing for 5 days for the next 48 hours, it's only $47. $47, baby. So I'm gonna need y'all to hurry up and get up in there before that price go up. Okay, because once the price go up, don't call me saying, "Oh, can you hold it open for another?" No, 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 we're not doing none of that. People spend money on what they want to spend money on. I'm giving you $1 million worth of game $47. So get in where you fit in. Next thing we're going to be doing on day 3, we're going to be talking about property visits, what to do, how to act, what pictures you actually need to take for your investors. People ask me all the time, how did you know? Because I started in this business as an investor. The reason why I have a real estate license and the reason why I do wholesaling is because I'm stacking cash right now. And that's the reason why I need to do this. That's the reason why I'm wholesaling right now. I'm not going to lie to you. I am trying to stack cash. I have a $600,000 goal for 2025 to stack cash for wholesaling real estate. Now, I know I'm not going to profit 600, but I can gross $600,000, baby. Okay. So I have a lot to do. So when I say I'm trying to get to 600,000, that's just for me. I still have 20 people that I'm trying to get to 100,000. So that makes it 2 million. So I literally need to, I just want to say, hey, I help 20 people accumulate $2 million. Come on now. You know how great that would be for the people who actually do it? I'm not trying to sugarcoat this. I'm not trying to brag or boast or say anything. And I don't want anybody to be scared of those numbers because we are going to get this done. I'm going to get these people, all 20 of them. So if you want to start being a part of the 20, click the link, download. If you're on the email list, check your email because I sent you guys an email today with the links attached so we can get ready to roll. Starting April 14th through April 18th, we will be on that thing for anywhere between an hour to 2 hours every single day. Now, I haven't decided if it's going to be in the middle of the afternoon or it's going to be in the middle of the evening. I haven't decided yet. But, and it depends. And that's because as people register, I'm going to let them decide. What do we do? You know? All right. Now, on day 4, we're going to be making offers. We're going to talk about how to present an offer to a seller. How do you make offers on the properties? How do you determine what the offer amount should be? I hear it sticking out, it's driving me nuts. How do you determine what the offer amount should be? Is it a good deal or no deal? And over the next 2 weeks, you're going to see me posting on all of my social media outlets, deal or no deal. I need you guys to start working and telling people how to do it. My people in my one-on-one, they hate me right now. Want to know why? Because I'm up their butt every day. And I'm asking them. And I know for a fact Aisha is one of them. And I can say her name because she'll be on here in a minute. Hey, Aisha. I gave Aisha 5 properties. Run these numbers. She had to run her numbers for properties in her market because I need her to understand what the property market is, what the market is like that she chose. Okay. And on day 5, we're going to seal the deal. We're going to go through the purchase agreement. We're going to fill it out. We're going to go through the assignment contract line by line, word for word. We're going to explain it to you. How do you fill it out? And we're getting into this. So I don't want anybody left behind. They say 90% of millionaires are invested in real estate. You can start with wholesaling, stack you some cash, flip you a house, and start or hold on to a house, buying rental properties, whatever it is that you want to do. But start doing it. You can make you can make money in real estate. You can be a real estate investor and never own any property. That's the type of thing. And that's the goal with the 600,000. Just so y'all know. I'm going to be debt free. And the rest of it is going to be used to build my rental property portfolio back up to where I want it so that I don't have to worry about nothing else. So I can retire. I'm trying to retire by next year. I got a year and 2 months. That's the goal date, to retire in a year and 2 months. So that's why when you hear me say I'm trying to get 600,000 just off wholesaling real estate, that's not the only goal. That's just the wholesale goal. I'm trying to hit 3 to 5 million this year. I got to get out of here. I got to do some things. I'm ready to retire. I'm ready to stop being on social media every day. I'm ready to stop being tied to one particular area and all this stuff. I'm ready to retire. I'm ready to do what I got to do to be gone. I'm ready to travel and write romance novels and take pictures everywhere I go. That's it. That's all. That's what I'm ready to do. So I've been writing romance novels since I was 13. Now I'm ready. I've got one published. I'm in the process of getting the second book published. And then I have to, I'm ready to travel, ready to start living the next phase of my life. Doing real estate now almost 30 years. So I'm tired. I'm being honest, I'm tired. And when I tell you it's a lot dealing with real estate. So yeah. But anyhow, I'm about to get up out of here. I just wanted to tell you guys if you are interested in joining the 5 day challenge. Oh, something's on my lip. I think it's hair. If you're interested in joining the 5 day challenge, it's only $47 for the next 48 hours. The link is in the Keys, Deeds, and Profits Facebook group. It's in the Black Women Investing in Real Estate group. It's on my Facebook page if you follow me. It's in your emails if you're on the email list. I have to redo my text message list, so I haven't been texting lately, but I know those of you who are on my text list, it's going to be there for you too eventually, just not right now. But it's coming because we getting ready to do some things, and I need a lot of I got a lot of moving parts going on over here. So I will come back on here tomorrow. I think it's going to be tomorrow morning though. So 9 a.m. probably somewhere in there because that's the only time I got on my schedule for tomorrow. All right. It might not even be 9 a.m. What's today? Tuesday? Today's Tuesday, right? Yeah. And now I'm not even going to tell you how I remember today is Tuesday. But anyway, today's Tuesday. So I had a lot going on. So let's get it. I hope you guys are being productive. I hope you guys are taking these short little lessons that I'm giving you and putting them into action. That's the way you're going to make money. And for those of you who y'all can't afford $1,000 to come into the one-on-one. So join the Facebook challenge. Join the not the Facebook challenge. Join the the 5 day challenge. It's only $47 for the next 48 hours. All right. Okay. I have to go because I have a lot of phone calls to make, and I got numbers to run on 6 different properties and 6 different offers I need to put in. So my one-on-one people can start making their money too. All right. All right. I will talk to you guys mañana. Bye bye.